What's up, YouTube? This is the Serial Thriller Broadcast, and today I'm going to be talking about the Imitation Game. I almost said Intimidation Game, and there's actually a reason why. Fun fact about the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. The first one, Batman Begins, had an alternate script title when they were filming so that nobody knew there was going to be a new Batman movie made, and it was called The Intimidation Game, because the whole movie's theme is sort of fear. So I found that to be very confusing when The Imitation Game came out, because in the back of my mind I kept thinking Intimidation Game. So if I make that mistake during the video, I'm sorry. The Imitation Game stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Keira Knightley, and Matthew Goode, and is directed by Morton Tildum. Fun fact number 1. Benedict Cumberbatch and Alan Turing, the character he plays in this movie, are actually related. Something like 17th cousins. I don't know if you can hear that, but somebody drove by with bass in their car. Fun fact number 2. So leading up to this movie, the New York Times reprinted one of Alan Turing's crossword puzzles that he used as a test to basically find out who would be smart enough to help him break the code that they're trying to break throughout the course of the movie. And they did this as sort of a promotional thing, and whoever could mail in the solved crossword puzzle was entered for a chance to go to London. So anyways, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself there though. The movie is about Alan Turing and his life. He was basically a genius, mathematician, inventor, and he helped break the Nazi code known as Enigma, which was basically a little machine and looked almost like a typewriter, but as you clicked the letters, different letters would light up on the top depending on what the settings were for the machine that day. So every day the machine would reset, and the Nazis would type in their codes, and as they received coded messages, they would be able to decode them with these machines. Now, it was basically declared impossible to break this code because they describe it in the movie, but it would take millions of hours and millions of people working round the clock to discover the codes, and the thing was, they were reset every single day. So, Alan Turing famously says, well, let me have a shot, and if I can't solve it, then we'll know for sure that it's unsolvable. Now, not only is the movie about his life and his creation of this machine, which would eventually become our modern-day computers, but it also explores the side of Alan Turing that a lot of people didn't know about that back then, which was the fact that he was actually homosexual. Now, the movie's timeline is kind of chopped up. You see him in custody with the police because in England back then it was actually illegal to be homosexual. So you see him in interrogation and you see his story, and they kind of cut back and forth like that. Which, when I first started watching it, the very first time, it was a little bit like I had to sort of pay really close attention to understand which time period we were in, because they don't really feed it to you with subtitles or anything like that. But, I mean, it was pretty easy to follow once you kind of get into the movie, so that wasn't really a big deal. Now, the thing that I really liked about this movie was the fact that with movies about really smart people, sometimes they just say a bunch of gibberish and you're expected to follow along, nod along, and just, yeah, okay, they're really smart. But with this movie, what they did was they kind of made you feel smart alongside the person. They didn't dumb everything down, but at the same time, they take the time to walk you through basically what the guy's doing and why he was so brilliant in the first place. So I like that about the movie a lot. The second thing was the music. The music, I don't really have a well-trained ear, so when it comes to movie music and musical scores, it's very rare that I will actually be able to pick out a good one. But I think in this case, I found the music to stand out, so that's got to be some sort of compliment, because I don't usually notice it in most movies, this movie I did, and I felt that it fit perfectly. Basically, just to sum it up, good music, good acting, good time, I'm definitely going to buy it. I could talk about the performances of Benedict Cumberbatch, Matthew Good, Keira Knightley, and how great they all were, but you should just go see it. So it's still in theaters, it'll be out soon on Blu-ray, and I'm gonna buy it, so. This has been the Serial Thriller Broadcast, and if you feel thrilled, chilled, and fulfilled, hit the subscribe button, and let me know what you thought in the comments below.